Anyway, let's start at the beginning. Five of Cups. It does feel like you're having some challenges emotionally. I know most people have made big strides, making lots of changes in their life. And, once we make these big strides and big changes, it doesn't always change overnight. It took us many, many years to develop the habits, develop the behaviors, develop the negative relationships. So it does feel like you have a little sadness going on, Aries, about some of the changes that have happened. This can also be sadness over a physical death or a change of something, an ending of something. But it does look like you're having a little extra feels at this time. And it also feels like you may feel a little isolated or a little lonely. We are moving into winter, and that is kind of our hibernation here on the Western Hemisphere. So be gentle with yourself, Aries. Process what you need to. Have a cry if you need to. But just don't stay in that place too long. I encourage you to get out of your head a little bit, move around the planet, and you get a little sunshine on your face and the problem doesn't seem as bad. So don't isolate completely. You have a lot of community here that is here to support and love you through these changes. So don't be afraid to reach out, because it does look like with this Nine of Swords, you're kind of swallowing a lot of it. It may be, feeling shameful for things from the past. So it does look like you're kind of in this cycle of having some intense feelings. The Five of Pentacles is here too. And so you may be having some challenges around money. As I said, fives are kind of problem solving. And it does feel like you are collecting information, collecting ways of doing things, possibly a way of making more money. It does feel like your money has been, I don't want to say threatened, but there is a change in your money. So it could be that, you used to get child support and now you're not. You could be, graduated from school and you were on a student loan or something like that. But it does feel like some source of money has either slowed or stopped. So it does feel like you're a little challenged on how to make up the difference financially. And coming up with great ideas to make that happen is wonderful. The wheel is here. The wheel can be really lucky at this time. So put out things in the world that you'd like to have happen. Buy that lotto ticket. Ask that gal out. It's a very lucky time. The wheel is right above you. So even though it does feel like you're right in the middle of some processes that are kind of sad, it is a very lucky time for you. So step out of that if you can. Get a little sunshine on your face. Put things out in the world that maybe that you were a little nervous to do before. If you're an artist, put your paintings out there. If you're a writer, send it to a publisher. Take that leap of faith. Take that chance, because it's a very lucky time. Speak those words that you've always wanted to speak. It is right in the line of the Justice card. So this, you may be actually lucky with some money. There may be some legal things that are happening right now. As I say, might be child support ending, might be that you won a court case. Someone may have passed on and left you some money. So it does look like there's some legal things that you have to deal with coming up. But I jump ahead. Let's do the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles, there are some things that have been released in your life over the last 5-6 months, and now you're looking at how you want to fill them, what you want to do. These are great ideas. So you've planted the seeds. You are looking at what the next step is, how to do it. You're collecting the information on how to do that as well. So just take that leap of faith and try something new. But it does look like you're a little tentative to initiate some of these changes, not really knowing where to begin. So just start at one road. If it doesn't work out, you can always turn back and go a different road. But it does feel like you have some choices for the future, whether it's jobs, whether it's school, whether it's dating. It does feel like you have some choices from what you have left behind and what you have healed yourself from. Justice is here, so that does tell me there is some balance that you're trying to get. For the most part, you may be embracing some legal paperwork. I'm seeing a lot of paperwork and signatures. So this could be a lawsuit. This could be a settlement. This could be child support. This could be a will. This does feel like there is some paperwork that you're having to sign to finish up the rest of this process. This also may mean you are separating or divorcing, but it does look like you're right in the middle of the process. The Nine of Swords is here. It has caused some extra feelings for you. It has caused a little bit of insecurity, and I am feeling there might be some shame involved here around, we all do things from the past that we're not proud of, but don't hold on to it. What did you learn? That's what I'd like you to look at, instead of the thing that was challenging, the thing that maybe have hurt somebody else or hurt yourself. Instead of looking at what that was, what was the lesson? What did you learn from it? What will you not repeat again? So keep that in your vision instead of beating yourself up, because we all make mistakes. We all make really big mistakes. That's how we learn. So, Nine of Swords. This does feel like your stomach may be taking a hit. Maybe your elimination system, headache, foods, things like that. It does look like your creature comfort. You may have trouble sleeping while this is getting resolved. It does look kind of a little bit dark and scary, but it does feel like your resolve is very close, very close. So speak with love and kindness for resolution. And this is only a temporary situation, but it does feel like you have some sadness and some shame-based feelings that are from the past that really don't serve you right now. So if you need to be in it, be in it, but realize you are enough, and you are exactly where you're supposed to be, and learned exactly how you were supposed to learn. So the Knight of Swords is here. Knights are really about motion, doing things, speaking those words. And swords, swords sometimes can be a conflict. That can be, if it is a person, it will be an air sign. So that would be a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. It does feel like you might have gotten a little tit for tat with this air sign. It does feel like maybe you got some bad news or a conflict, angry message from someone that, and it feels like someone that you really don't jive with, that you've tried to for a while, and it just wasn't healthy for you. It does feel like it might have been a past love relationship or a past friendship that was really more of a taking on their side than a reciprocation. So it does feel with the Devil here, this person may be getting in contact with you and try again kind of thing, but they're still selfish. They are still needy, and they are still not aware of your needs or what you need. So it's still the same. It's more of the same. That is why the Devil is here. You can go back. You can go back and give it a whirl, but it's still going to be more of the same. The Sword is up here, and it feels like they're really super needy, want, and they really kind of take more than they give. So you may be tempted this month with that. So there may be someone that you used to converse with all the time and haven't heard from them months because you stopped healing them, you stopped giving to them, you stopped paying their rent or whatever it was. And it does look like the Devil is here, and it's like, are you sure you don't want to pay my rent anymore? Stuff like that. So it'll be a little test. And for those that are walking in the sober world, I know that can be challenging. This could be a temptation of either drugs or alcohol. And follow your intuition. If it feels funky, it is funky. So that is the devil. Now, the next one is death card. This can be a physical death. I know where the veils between the worlds are really, really thin right now. There's been a lot of people leaving their bodies, a lot of new beings coming into, baby beings coming into bodies. So death may have knocked on your door in your family, visited you. This may be some of that pain that you are feeling. For the most part, death is really about endings. Really, really about endings. It can be a Scorpio as well. Scorpio is the death card, the Pluto planet. So you may be very good friends or have a relative that is a Scorpion that is kind of helping you find your balance. But it does feel like there has been an ending of something and a beginning of something else if this isn't physical death for you. So the change has already happened. And now you're doing the process of either the grieving for something that has changed or grieving for someone who has gone into the light recently. 9 of Pentacles is here. That's kind of about celebrating yourself. That's about taking your gifts and putting them out in the world. It can be the abundance card as well. So this can be inheritance. And it is right underneath the death card. So you may have been gifted something from someone, whether they have passed on or whether they are here. But it does look like you're upping your havingness a little bit. You have made some changes and really figuring out how to be more abundant and how to create that on your own. This does feel like, with this finances being a little bit challenged, that you have had to find another route of making money and being a little bit more autonomous and a little bit more independent than you have in the past, sweet Aries. What is on the left of it is the Knight of Pentacles, also about material things, also can be about money. Knights are about motion, so maybe it's time to get a new job, or if you've been unemployed for a while, maybe it's time to look for a job. Even if you're going to school, you can find one that works around your school schedule, so don't let that stand in the way. Knight of Pentacles, this can be a younger or an immature earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. And this might be somebody that is kind of hanging on to you that needs to just be a little bit more independent as well. But usually Knights of Pentacles, they show up when it's good news about money. It's usually good things about material possessions or money. So you have a number of the money cards here. So as long as you have your due diligence and you really get out there and do those changes, make the effort for yourself, that it's a very lucky time. So redo that resume, put that stuff out there in the world, ask for that raise. And if you need a sponsor, start asking for corporate sponsorship. Whatever you need on the financial end of life, it is very lucky time to ask for that. The Four of Wands is here. That's celebration, jubilation. It's also can be a wedding. It can be getting together with your buddies, going and doing some wonderful exercises and just joining something, activity, and just getting out of your head, getting out of the house. And Four of Wands can be, it's the pillars as well. So you may be reconnecting with maybe friends from high school, maybe friends that have always been in your life and very supportive of you. People that will tell you the truth, If they think you're funky, they'll tell you they're funky. Now, those are good friends. Those are true friends who love you through the mistakes. So that's what it feels like, connecting with those people of the heart. It doesn't feel so much family-oriented, but it does feel celebratory. It can't even be an invitation to a wedding kind of thing. All right, sweet Aries, that is your general reading for the month of October. I'm going to throw a couple of these chakra cards. I usually bring a little clarity or validation. Oh, well, there's the two. Impatience and passion. Well, I think you've been accused of both of those. So, little fire sign, be patient. I know that's very, very hard sometimes for my fire signs. But just take a deep breath. See if you can do some meditating. Be patient. Let things unfold. If we force our will, then usually the path, we have to reverse and go back to the one that was meant for us anyway. Passion, it does feel like your passion is being ignited, and it does feel like your passion is being ignited from a different direction than the norm, and also that you are enjoying your own passion, whether it's passion for your gifts, passion for art, passion for your children, your partner. It does feel like things have taken a shift a little bit, that you are with this kind of sadness, it has shifted you into really being appreciative, really being humble, and also really embracing your passion for life. You know, we all have an expiration date, every single one of us. So enjoy your time and don't waste it while you're here on the planet.